Alright. Hello everybody. How are you doing? Let me make sure everything is up and running and we can hear and everything. As usual, I'm sure I'm going to be messing with my hair today. Oh, I was just going to say, Gypsy Girl, I see that the wrench is on now. Okay. Oh my god, what a lot of drama that has been. Okay, so here we are. I don't know how many people are going to join us today because I just posted it a couple of hours ago. But that's okay, we can just wait. Auntie, hey Anne, how are you? Good to see you. So y'all can hear me and see me. Aquarius girl, hello, good to see you. I don't even know why I care about that. Let's leave that there. I put some lip balm and it looks like I have what you call what do you call dead lips, zombie lips, whatever they call that. Just some lip balm. There we go. My God, some brightness. Aquarius girl, Tammy, Lucinda, hello. Patricia, Teresa, Sherilyn. We got folks coming in, so that's good. That's good. I don't need that there. I can set it on. I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes. My phone's on. Where is my phone? Are you serious? Yeah, my phone's on. So Gypsy Girl, I have my phone on. Finally, just managed to turn it on in time. So if you need to text me, it's on. Linda, hi. Seeking Rainbows, hi. I hope all of you are doing very well. I just got home a few minutes ago. No, well, about, what's the time now even? About an hour and 15 minutes ago, so I had barely enough time to kind of sort things out. And I was like, Mark was watching, just turned on the TV and Nightmare Before Christmas came on. And I actually liked that movie. So I was like, oh, I have the, look at all the junk behind me, oh my god. I said I have the tarot deck, and he's like, oh yeah, I didn't know. I said, yeah, I do, let me show it to you. And then I found my Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck, right? This is a deck, and I can't tell you when I bought it though. So I just took it out, just show you all some random cards. Oh, come on, focus. There you go. Right? Right? It's pretty cool. So excited. Hi, Susie Q. Hi, Elena online. Hi, Pauline. Good to see y'all. Seeking Rainbows, hello. So I don't know, I might end up using this deck or not at all. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I hope all of you are doing very well. I hope you all had a good week. I was not going to do this, but then I was like, let me just do this, right? So I was like, okay, let's just get on with this and do this. Hey, hello, excuse you. I had to leave Bernie in boarding for a couple of days here, and so picked him up, and of course he was all excited. And then he had to go back into boarding for 1 day, no, 2 days. So that drama we had going on, making sure he's picked up on time and all that stuff. So it's always fun, right? And it's like, I need another job just to be able to pay for his board when I'm traveling. So yes, please hit the like button. Your comments are always welcome. I do appreciate each and every one of you, all my real family. Thank you so much for being here. I thought we'll do this little thing because last time when I did the video for these two goofuses, I figured, it should have been a live. It should have been a live. So finally I said, let's do a live. And of course, I'm just waiting. Maybe I'll get started. Keep it a short one. I also remember this deck that I had, and I don't use it a lot. I use it only when I do some personal readings. Hello, come on, buddy, are you? It is actually called the Archetype deck. Okay, this is a really nice deck. It is really a nice deck. I've used it many a time. It's awesome. And I figured, let me just show you this deck. I think I've used it on a couple of my videos too. I'll just show you some of these decks. Some of the cards. It's a pretty cool deck. Let me quickly show it to you. Don't ask me how long I've had it. I can't tell you where I bought it from. I don't remember. There's no tag on this, so I don't know where I bought it from. It's hi Araceli. So I figured, good to see you, Araceli. So I figured, I'm just going to do just a fun thing just for us, right? I'm just going to, hi Courtney. So let's just pull a archetype, because this what do you call the Nutflux, as I would like to call it, is all about, that was in Spotify, right? Or should we say Spitify? That was the one where she had the Archetype radio talk show, whatever, right? So I was like, hello. So I was like, why not just take out this? And I just remembered, I was like, yeah, I have this card. When I took out, when I was looking for the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck just to show Mark, I saw this and I said, how come I've never used it for Alia? Hello. So I'm just going to do a quick, just a fun pull. I'll probably read from the book as well. Card for Megalomaniac. Oh, well, you know what? 2 of them popped out, so we'll just take them. So we have one here that says Sage and the others that says Reflector. This is a very interesting deck. Okay, so I'm just going to see in the book what it says. It's very interesting. You can do a whole layout and a spread and a reading for this, but I'm not using this deck, but I'm not going to do that obviously. So we'll just see. That takes a little bit. So for the Sage, right, it says, human kindness needs no stick or carrot. It simply requires us to understand that we are bound together in a single unity. Here is Solomon and Siddhartha imploring us to ground ourselves and listen to our core's steady pulse. He is the soul of intelligence and insight, teaching us to trust our deepest intuitive senses and make right choices based on grounded consciousness. He reminds us that it is okay to pause when faced with a choice, when you do not have enough information to act, that not knowing is a place of poise that shows maturity, not weakness. Wisdom is hard fought for, and the sage did not come to his elevated awareness by accident. His path was long and lonely, and his journey required great discipline, but in time it gifted him the powers of great compassion and empathy. He needs little and lives in meditative simplicity. I hope to God that they learn something from it. And then we have Reflector. I'm just randomly just picked these two cards as I was shuffling. They popped out, not necessarily doing it for them. Reflector. Where are you, the reflector? I gotta go back to the index. I'm just waiting until some more people join us so we can, get started. Reflect. 97. Let me see what 97 says. It's a very interesting deck. If you learn how to use this deck is really awesome. So it says, we have struggled in abject loneliness, trapped on a snowbound mountainside, wrestling with the angel of no man's God, and we are exhausted from trying to hold our fragile self-image. How pointless our resistance when all we crave is truth. The reflector is devoid of artifice and deception. His integrity is flawless, and he offers us relief from the absurdity of false heroics. Neither kind nor cruel, he is our honest twin, stripping away the illusion that entraps us. When we face him, his steady gaze slips like mercury through our pupils, down past our organs into our central nervous system. From there, it searches out our soul's core. We try to cover our shame, but this stare ignores our prudish defenses. He has come to release us from the dreadful burden of pretense, and when we finally acknowledge that we have been unmasked, a deep laugh breaks free from our belly, releasing our fears into the gutter. Like I said, I just pulled out those two cards. Nothing to do with these two ding dong and ding alongs. I'm not, like I said, I could do a whole reading just based on this archetype deck, but I'm not. That'll take some time. It's a pretty intense deck and it's pretty spot on. It's actually, I've used it, whenever I've used it for personal readings, it's been pretty, like, do a full on reading on it. It's been spot on, like really spot on. In terms of when people say, hey, I want to know like about this individual, or I'm not quite sure, somebody new I met and I want to know if this is somebody I should pursue a relationship with or whatever, like trying to get to know the real self. This has been surprisingly pretty spot on. Okay, before I get started, let me just say this video is for entertainment purposes only. I do not give medical, financial, legal advice to anybody. These are just my observations and my opinions. Do your own research, form your own conclusions, and draw your own opinions. I did have a couple of people send me emails saying, not emails, in the comments, I'm sure you all have also seen those comments saying, oh, here you go, another reader who's very scattered and so distracted and something. I couldn't even tell you what that person's name is. And I was like, all right, what did she say? She or he say something about I need to be better organized or whatever. First and foremost, this is the way I do my readings. If you don't like it, you can bugger off, okay? And please don't come onto my channel and tell me how I should or shouldn't do things. None of your business, right? Go do your own stuff the way you see fit. Like really, just because you come and pass comments like this, do you really think I give a flip and I'm really going to like, oh yeah, okay? Yeah, I don't give a flip. And I had another ding dong ding along just post another comment saying, it would be nice if you were to do your readings without doing any research. So basically, the implication, my understanding, it was implied that my readings are all based on what's already out there. Like I went digging and I got all that information and I somehow fabricated it and put it and melded it into my readings. Oh my God, people, just go look at the timelines, goofuses, when my video was posted and when that information has come out, because after the fact somebody has sent me an email actually and also put a comment saying that, hey, they were talking about a glove and a shoe and all that's come out after the fact. So it's like what are y'all trying to say? I mean, if you think this is all bah humbug, then don't even watch, don't even comment, just go away, right? So I thought I'd just address that really quick, but whatever, people, there's always going to be a ding dong ding along like that. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I think and somebody had also commented on that Idaho case that I did, where I didn't know Zaina's thing. Oh, you should have gotten it organized a bit. I'm like, whatever, people. Anyway, so here we go. Today I did slow it down. I did slow the comments down. Yeah, there are morons and doofus dingalongs. And I gave a 10-second gap because I figured there are a lot of people who are going to be having like questions. So I'm not doing any personal whatever, right? I'm just going to do it for these two, Harry and his wonderful wife. So this is a really cool deck. See, the only thing is, there we go. I'm going to use this one today, the Nightmare Before Christmas. Is this the one? Yeah. Oh no, the horror deck. I used two of them today. I'm getting confused. I'm going to use the horror deck, which is really beautiful. I think I had done an unboxing one time. And I will also do the Nightmare Before Christmas, okay? I will use these two decks. Just for the heck of it. So yeah, this channel is for adults only. I'm not going to be answering any personal questions with regards to whatever your personal questions are, but if you have any questions with regards to this particular case, these two, I will definitely answer or look at. Okay, so I remember the last time I had said Harry's wife, she's a Leo, her sun is in Leo, her moon is in Libra, her Venus is in Virgo, and Mercury is in Leo. For Henry, I should call him, his sun is in Virgo, so he's a Virgo. His moon is in Taurus, his Venus is in Libra, and Mercury in Virgo, okay? So now let's just do some quick reading. And if you all have any questions with regards to these two, please ask. I will most certainly pull cards. But right away, let's just see what the energy is around them. And Billy Bridal says, hey, hi Billy. If I missed greeting any of y'all, I apologize. Okay, let's just see. I'm not doing these decks, okay, for now. I'm just not doing it. We'll get to it in a little bit. I'm not doing these for a minute. So let's just I just want to see what the energy is around the two of them, okay, right now. Currently, let's just say, what is the energy around Henry and his wife? Kate, you says, hi Kate, welcome. Welcome to the real family. Good to see you. And Lucinda, hi Lucinda. She calls him H and he's not good enough to have an oh. I'm not gonna take that. Okay. That's so fun. So let me just say, just the energy between the two of them. Or no, I should rephrase. It's just the energy that is there around them. Let's just say. Ace of Cups, very emotional. Okay. Very, very emotional. Queen of Wands. And the reason I'm looking over here is because of the light. You see, if you see this card, at the very bottom you have that, right? And it's like sometimes the glare, Queen of Wands. Very, very emotional. There's a lot of pressure on her more than him. There's a lot of pressure on her. The Tower. H is better than has, yeah. I'll take all of these and I'll take this one also. So, I'll show you the cards. Oh, we got a lot of cards fall out, but that's fine. So we have the Death card, always pops out for her. Okay, wait. These cards are beautiful. Then we have King of Cups. Okay. There are some that are, and then we have the Lovers card. Beautiful cards. I really like these cards. These are gorgeous. Maybe I should get myself another one. Then the Sun. Ace of Swords. This one is the Star card. So let's do this. There is a lot of pressure, emotions running high over here for them. Absolutely. So emotions are high because there's a lot, the onus is on her. Like basically, whether he accepts it or not, whether he says it or not, it is a given between the two of them that Queen of Wands is somebody who's not afraid to take action, right? Somebody who's very confident and afraid to take action and go. And it's also a fire sign card, and she's a Leo. So this is could be her very, very much so. So it's almost like taking control, and you know, as much as the emotions are like very volatile, very volatile emotions, like up and down, lots of emotions. But she also is struggling to take control of her emotions and keep them in check and keep them in control. It's almost like bubbling under the surface, right? It's like I need to control it and not have a blow up. And then you have the Tower card, which is very interesting. And the Tower card, as we all know, does talk about things coming down, you know, things needing to be dismantled, so something new could come in its place. Excuse me. And it's Mars. It talks about unexpected change, sudden arguments, sudden, what you might call, impulsive actions that could, you know, realizing that things were a little hastily concluded or hasty decisions made. And following that we have the Death card. Okay, as we know, the Death card talks about change and rebirth. So it's like hasty decisions, okay, even though they might have given it 3 or 4 years to think about doing this, it's more her idea than his, think about doing this, it still now feels like it was a, hey, we should have maybe waited. So there's a little bit of regret on that side, okay, knowing very well that yes, there is going to be change, yes, there is going to be rebirth, but not as expected, as they expected. Then we have the King of Cups here, right under the Ace of Cups. So think about that for a second. The King of Cups is somebody who is emotionally balanced, tolerant, being empathic, being sympathetic, being supportive emotionally, that sort of a thing. But here it's again a very somebody who's kind of the energy around there is subdue your emotions, keep them under check, don't display any emotions, true emotions, like do not display true emotions. And then you have the Lovers card. Now the Lovers card is a Gemini card, as we know. It talks about duality. The Lovers card does talk about friendship, partnerships. It does talk about having the earthly connection, communication, ideal communication. I'm telling you, y'all, I've said this before, I'll say this now again. I will not be surprised if there is somebody else who Henry's already been looking at or thinking, oh, I should have, because I see this to be, the Lover's card here does show me that there are talks going on the side with somebody else too. I absolutely see that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's with her also. Maybe she's the one who's also talking to somebody else on the side. I wouldn't be surprised. Then you have the Sun card. The Sun card, um, depending on how it is laid out, how it's drawn, it talks about, the universe giving you a green light and saying, go ahead, everything is going to be fine. But the Sun card is also symbolic of a male child, and positive outcome for things. But right after that, you have the Ace of Swords. See, I feel like this union, this relationship, this partnership has already fractured. It has been fractured before this thing even came out. Okay, this whole Nutflux thing came out. It was almost like, okay, let's see where this is going to go. Let's see. Henry's thing is, okay, let's see how far this idea of hers is going to take us. Who knows? Maybe it might turn out to be a good idea. So it was like he took it on as a bet, all right, we'll give it a shot and we'll see. But I don't think he really expected the results. I don't think he thunk it through. But now it's like, oh my God, okay, it's all, the shit's hit the fan. Now what do we do? Now there's no turning back, right? There's no turning back. But it's very interesting because she also, as who's popped up as the Queen of Wands, is showing, okay, it is showing her interaction and her association with the King of Cups. So I do believe that there could be somebody who she's also been talking to, who she relies on for emotional support, but not necessarily like it's not necessarily a platonic relationship. There are subtleties, there are innuendos, there's a different, more intimate energy right under the surface over there for her too. Now for him, he has also already realized that this is doomed one way or the other. This enterprise, this union, this structure, this home, this family, this partnership is already doomed. But then I'm also going to have some sort of a clarity of thought to make a clean break and go for it. But if he does make a clean break and go for it, he is going to have help from an unexpected source. Unexpected source as in like somebody who he thought is not ever going to be on his side, considering all the brouhaha that has happened. Surprise, surprise, that person is going to offer him a lifeline and say, okay, let's get you out of this situation. But even for him, I would not be surprised if he is also talking to somebody else, and who has been not necessarily completely cut off, but this is somebody from his past or he knew of, or knew in the past. It's not something new, somebody new, I don't believe. She's under a lot more stress and pressure than he is, surprisingly. You'd think that he would have a lot more stress and pressure, but I think it's more for her. She is having a lot more, because I think it's like she's somehow responsible for all this because it was her brilliant idea, right? So, give me 1 second. They're under a lot of stress. Of course they will be, right? I mean, because, I don't believe anybody in the universe is truly on their side. Like, how many people are really supporting their decision? 9, 2, T, C, 4, 7, F, one more, S, I'll type out what I got so that way T F C S 927. Oh, where am I typing? Hello. T F C S 927. T F C S 927. Not necessarily in this order, but I do believe that there is going to 9 and 9, 18, 8 plus 1, 9 again. 9 is symbolic of father, 9th house is the father. I would not be surprised if the father, in a way, I'm sure he's under a lot of stress himself. People must be saying you better take action and cut them off or cut ties or whatever. As much as his decision may seem like he is doing what his public want, his people from his country want him to do, and cut him off on the private, I think I will not be surprised if it's the father himself who's actually going to help him. That's what I think. But Henry has to have a lot of clarity of thought to say, okay, this thing it's time to break loose and walk away from it. Okay, it's time to break loose and walk away from it. Because the sun is also here. Let's take it further. Let's get some more cards. I see Francis's comment about seeing my deck and being able to see my thing. I mean, I'm not hiding anything. So what happens is when I do record, I can have both the cameras. I can have my Sony camera and then my laptop, and so I can give you two angles. But when I'm doing the live like now, I can only do it with one camera, because if there is a way to do it on both cameras, I would. I just don't know how. I really just don't know how. Maybe I have to look into it. Then I could still give you both the views of my desk. That's why I hold up the cards, That's the only reason. If I know how to do live streams with two cameras simultaneously, like a split screen, I would do it in a heartbeat. So, and I remember when I had the camera focused only on my desk and y'all couldn't see my face, a lot of people were like, we can't see your face, we want to see you when you're talking. So I'm like, I have to figure out a way. So that's why I make it a point to show the cards to the camera, so that way you can see the cards. I just wanted to get a little bit of clarity on this. So this is the Two of Wands. Let me show you. Two of Wands. Aren't these cards just gorgeous? Two of Wands. And then we have the Page of Wands. Okay. Then we have the Empress. This card. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Come on, focus. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So with the Two of Wands, there is definitely a feeling of I need to make a decision, I need to make a decision, I need to make a decision. But I just don't understand what is actually physically holding Harry back from. See, Henry, he knows what he should do. He knows what the decision is. He understands with clarity that, oh, this is not what I expected. I really didn't think that she was going to really take it so far and really implement, this idea that she had. I really didn't think she was going to go. But at many stages, he had many opportunity to say, no, we are not doing this, shut it down. But it was almost like this bizarre, what's the word? Bizarre, like macabre, weird thing of, oh, let's see how far this is going to go. I'm just going to sit back and watch the fun. I don't think he really, there's a part of him, I feel that he was like, oh, let's see what comes of it. And a part of him was like, no, this is not really going to be the right thing to do. It's almost like in a haze. He's in a haze, in a brain fog, and somehow he was pushed along to agree to jump on board with this whole crazy, bizarre idea. And he has regretted soon enough that, oh shit, this isn't the right path, this isn't the right person. But for whatever reason, I do not know. I think it's more ego now than anything else, that I've come so far with this chick, for better or for worse, and now if I bail and go, people are going to laugh at me even more. So I'm just going to have to stick it out. But he does not realize that that is the wrong thing to do. Regardless of what people are going to say, regardless of what she's going to say, it's in his best interest and the best interest of his kids and his birth family for him to actually bail. People will get over it. If he bails now and settles it with her and whatever, and then just basically said, I effed up, I made a mistake, and whatever, over a period of time, people are going to forgive and forget and move on, right? But he's not getting that through his head for whatever reason. He needs a smack on his head and say, wake up, dude. So with the Two of Wands, there is a great need to make a decision and take a course of action and move in a particular direction. But the issue is the direction and taking the course of action that they want to do is not necessarily guaranteed success. So there is somebody else over there whose hand is in this mix, trying to create a different direction for them to take and take a different course of action. But that's more for materialistic gains and more for the sake of money and business. But he understands very well. There's this element of greed too. I don't know why. I mean, he's not in the poorhouse by any way, shape, or form. So I don't know why he's concerned. But more so greed on her part. But he too has kind of bought into the whole image that has been portrayed to him that, okay, if I'm not going to be king, I'm going to be freaking wealthier than the king. So there, take that type of a thing. And then you have this Page of Wands. See, this comes up. I feel like she is definitely already in talks with, in communication with somebody. Remember I said the King of Cups? But it is somebody who she leans on for emotional support. But I think it's younger than her, younger than him too. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh my God. And then we have the Empress over here. I wonder if she's going to try to, at the very last minute, as like a last resort, say, oh, maybe we should have another child. I wouldn't be surprised if she does, because we have the Tower card, we have the Sun and the Empress. So Tower card is disillusionment, destruction of an enterprise, a contract, a relationship. The Sun card does signify children and this and that and all that, and the Empress here. But I don't know whether she's going to try and feign another pregnancy or something like that. Something to do with that, right? With a child or pregnancy or something is going to come up there that's going to be like, it's almost like baiting him. And then we have the Ten of Swords. If she does try that trick on him, Okay, if she does try that trick on him, he's basically going to have to suck it up, buttercup, and stick with her. And we have the Ten of Swords that says he's going to feel like he's hit rock bottom. He doesn't have a choice. He has to stay with her. He can't desert her when she's now pregnant. It's like psychological games galore. And then you have the Queen of Swords over here. As much as I shouldn't, as much as I don't want to bring the other couple in the picture, his sibling and his wife, what? This is so bizarre. Look at this necklace. Look at that green necklace she's wearing. I just saw it and I go, oh my God. Which leads me to question, I wonder also if she is pregnant. Who knows? Maybe she is pregnant. But I do believe that she is, you know how everybody is saying, oh, she's just jealous of his brother's wife or whatever. There is definitely that element of competitiveness being with her, like she somehow felt she had to compete with her. Although this one, the older one, the William's wife, she doesn't look at it like a competition. She's like, you're another family member. I mean, she's like, her life path is set and she's completely melded into the way, the protocol, the structure of the family, understands it very well. She was groomed from day one, because at some point in time she's going to be a queen, right? So she has it. For her, it was never competition. It was never competition. I will tell you from the very beginning, I don't think she much cared for Meghan. I think she has more than William. I think she has, in her own subtle way, expressed that it's not a good fit, and I don't think that went down very well. And I think after the fact, Hazmat must have told her that this is what, Catherine said, and that is what has created her animosity towards Catherine. I'm just saying. So, I wouldn't be surprised if, because it's so interesting that I get the Empress card, right? And right after that, it's the Queen of Swords. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Catherine herself is pregnant, right? Let me show you. See, you'll can't, there you go, the Empress. I wouldn't be surprised if Catherine herself is pregnant. And good for her, like, I mean, who are we to tell them, like, one way or the other? I'm so happy for them. Yeah, Susie, that's what I call him, Hazmat, the two of them. I don't think she will ever understand how different traditions are, in any royal family, and how much stock is put in traditions, and the structure and the hierarchy and all that stuff. It's not just ego driven, but there's a reason why all that is put in place. She will never get it. She will, because for her it is, she's on a different trip. Oh, Lucinda says Catherine is pregnant. Yeah, another child. Yeah, it came out in the last reading as well. Let me try this deck now. This is let me see what this deck says. The Nightmare Before Christmas deck. If they really thought or still think that they can bring down the whole royal family, I don't know what they're smoking, y'all. Seriously. I really don't know what they're smoking. Lot of nines. King Charles completely controls their finances, as he should. The Sun card again. Oh wow. Lot of nines. Oh my goodness. So we have 9 of swords, 9 of coins, 9 of cups, ace of wands. Bunny, do I have your hair all over? There are 2 cards in here. No, there's 1 card. These cards are thick. They're 10 of cups. These cards are thick. The card stock. I love this deck. This is so cool. 7 of cups. This is a very interesting read. Very interesting. And the Wheel of Fortune. Oh wow. So very, very interesting, y'all, because we have Ace of Coins, we have 9 of Swords, we have the Hierophant, right? Hierophant, as we know, is a Taurus card. Henry's moon is in Taurus. He has a Taurus moon. We have 9 of Coins, right? 9 of Pentacles. We have the Sun card again. We have 9 of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands, right? Ace of Candles is Ace of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Lots of 9s. The only 9 that isn't here is 9, 9, 9. We don't have the 9 of Wands. Lot of anxiety about being financially cut off, about losing a financial opportunity. Y'all, if my big camera over there goes, the battery drains, you'll have to excuse me, okay? I will change the battery. So there is definitely. See, this is what I don't understand. Neither of them are in the poorhouse. Now, are they as rich as a lot of other royals, or even as rich as other senior members of the royal family? Probably not. But does that mean that they are like in the poorhouse and they're going to, I mean, if they continue living the way they are, I mean, at some point in time, if they mismanage their funds, they are going to be in a bit of a sticky situation. But they really don't have to be so worried about finances. The thing is, whether they are active members of the royal family and working royals or not, they somehow the focus has shifted, and it's more so her than him. The focus has shifted to, as long as we're able to match them in terms of our standard of living, we're fine, even though we may not be within the palace walls. It's okay to be outside. Right? So it's all about being able to match, if not do better, and have better things in terms of materialistic comforts and materialistic things like home and this and that sort of a thing, which is a very twisted way of looking at things. I don't think Henry was really all about, I'm sure he was at some point in time schooled about financial management and this and that of his own estate or whatever, his whatever he inherited, but I don't think he was so worried or concerned about his long-term finances, like the 10 of Pentacles situation, until he met Doofus Magoofus. She's on a completely weird trip, and I'll tell you something about Leos are about finances. Leos, nothing wrong with that, just don't get me wrong, there are a lot of, there's really nothing wrong with, being and wanting to have that sort of a financial success or stability or resources. But for Leos, it's also, they're driven by ego, like big time driven by ego. So you combine that with her, the way her chart is, whatever, um, and look at who she is and where she came from and how she has structured her life. And she's literally like tried to superimpose. It's like when you take a carbon copy of an image, right? I remember the good old days where you used to keep that blue carbon sheet. First they had only black, and then you had to write over it, and then you'd get that trace, whatever. It's almost like when she does that carbon copy or trace, she's going to do her own imagery on top. So it's like deleting everything as she knew it and as the truth is, to make something else totally out of herself, to reimagine who she really is, or where she came from and what she wants to be moving on. But it's all ego driven. It's not an insecurity that, oh, I had a horrible childhood and it's insecurity and I wanted to no, it's ego driven. It's all about ego, wanting to just feel like make people buy into the pitch of, oh, I was born with class. She's never going to do it. I mean, she's never going to be looked at in that way. We all know that, right? Like I said, money, doesn't necessarily buy you class. But then having said that, just getting money doesn't mean that, people are going to finally accept you as a classy person. I mean, we all know that. But she's so ego driven that for her it's like, okay, fine, if I'm not going to be within the palace walls as a senior member of the royal family and be given the same status and respect and kudos as William and his wife will, that's fine. I'll be outside, but I want to be able to match them, if not better them, in standard of living. That's the drive, really. That really is the drive. But with the nine of swords over here, there's a lot of anxiety and depression and worry and trouble about that, because it's constant thinking about money. If ever I've seen anybody's chart who is so driven by money, let me not say chart, if ever I've seen anybody who's so driven by money, this chick, man. That power, that ego, that money, epitome of it. Like, this is like see, there's nothing wrong with wanting all that. Nothing wrong. All of us have ego. Nothing wrong with that. But it's how you go about achieving it, at what cost, right? Moving on. Then we have the Hierophant. It's right in the middle. The Hierophant, of course, here is symbolic of the royal family because it's institutions, organizations. And then we have the Nine of Presents, which is Nine of Coins, that talks about self-sufficiency, having the finances to take care of everything, and the Sun card. So what the royal family here is saying is that, look, we have given you what we think is enough for you to live comfortably, like the way a excommunicated prince and his missus should live, and everything is provided for you. What more do you want? Go forth and live your life like the Ten of Cups. Have that family and live like that. So what is your issue? We have provided for all of that, and yet you're going on and on and on. What is there? So you have the Nine of Cups over here, and the Nine of Cups does talk about wanting their wishes to come true. Their wishes will come true, but at a cost, right? At a cost, as we see, it's playing out just like that right now. And then you have the Ace of Wands. This constant urge to take control, be in control of finances, to take control. Okay, let me show you how this is. Let me show you how the cards were laid out. This is how, sorry y'all, I'm trying to hold the cards up for y'all. This constant need to be in control of finances, this constant need to be in control of everything, like this. Being in control is what is going to give her happiness and comfort, right? And then you have the Seven of Cups. But see, that's the thing. Even though she has enough she and he and they have enough money for financial self-sufficiency to fulfill their desires and everything. They don't have the 10 of Pentacles as yet. They do have the 9 of Pentacles, but the 7 of Cups here says that greed, wanting to dip their fingers in every single, wanting to sip, I don't know, maybe $1,000 bottle of wine or whatever every 2 days, and I don't know, maybe bathe in that $1,000 bottle of wine or whatever, that kind of a thing. It's that greed, that wanting to always be, wanting to be able to indulge in every single fantasy and need that they have without having to worry about where and who is going to pay the bill. It's just so bizarre that, and then they have the Sun card over here and the Wheel of Fortune. But look, all this is going to turn and change, because I do believe that at the moment, the Sun card is a Leo card, right? We know that. At the moment, things may look like they're going to that point of being able to accomplish all of that, but they don't realize that the Wheel of Fortune is turning to reveal things. This is such an illusion. Like, don't they realize what they're doing? This constant pursuit of wanting to accumulate that kind of wealth is an illusion. They will, even if they accumulate it or feel like they're going to be able to accumulate it, they're going to run out of it so fast, and he's not the one who's going to run out of it as fast as she will, or siphon funds or do things like that. A lot of people may say, oh, well, Kirtana, you're biased because you don't like her. Well, I really don't much care for her. I'll be honest about that. But biased or not biased, I do believe that this situation was created by her for a reason. And one way or the other, she is determined to see herself win. But the Wheel of Fortune over here, as we know, it's Jupiter, it's growth, it's wisdom. And it also says the wheel is literally moving so that things will reveal. Like, as the wheel comes up to meet the sun, right? When you're away from the sun, there's shadow and you can't see clearly. But when the sun comes up in the morning, there's light and you can see things with more clarity. And when that happens, that's when it's going to hit them. See, I'll tell you this, y'all. I will not be surprised at some point in time if megalomaniac over here will not be charged for tax fraud or tax evasion or for cheating or siphoning off funds or mismanaging funds for her own reason, like literally stealing from herself or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if she's going to get into a situation like that. Of course, she's not going to go to jail. They're going to be fighting it in court, but she's going to get into some trouble for fraud, like literally for fraud. The Chariot card. Oh, come on, buddy. Focus. So the Chariot card is a Cancer card. And it does talk about having the ability to manage the energies, having the ability to balance your emotions, your mind and your heart, emotions and your mental whatever thoughts, and manage the energies to be able to drive forth and have that stability, right? But see, I don't, let me see, 8 of Cups. She's gonna walk away, y'all. She's gonna, I feel like the moment she feels she's gathered everything together, the moment she feels now she's in a more balanced, more stable kind of a scenario, situation, she's probably going to dump his ass. 8. See, now all the 8s are coming up. We had 9s, now we have 8s. 8 of Cups and 8, which is the Strength card, which is again another Leo card. And the Tower card yet again. So once she feels that she's able to manage everything, right, and things are a little bit more streamlined to suit her convenience, she's going to be emotionally checking out and walking away. And she's going to play the uh, oh, it was so difficult for me, and I had to be courageous, and I didn't have a choice, and my hand was forced, and I was not in an emotionally good place, hence I had to take this decision. I didn't have anybody's support, nobody helped me, nobody walked me through, nobody suggested. I'm talking about what I said, right? She could get into some trouble with the law, and she's going to be like, oh, I didn't know, boo hoo hoo. But this whole thing is going to come crumbling down. Her personal life, her personal relationship, the so called project that she's on, and people are not going to buy into that thing. I would not be surprised if she's actually gets a big fine and she has to pay gazillion bucks, or somebody's going to call her and say she siphoned off funds or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if she even does prison time. I really wouldn't be surprised. Queen of Cups again. Oh my God, this chick, man. She's going to milk it for all it's worth, y'all. See, I'm going to say next year, Cancer season, right? Some legal issues will pop up for them. Next year, Cancer season, more so for her than for him. Betrayer. Yeah, next year by Cancer season. So, very interesting that the cards are so intense in both the decks. So, stealing for her foundation or whatever. So Billy Bridal says black magic or whatever. I don't know any of that. Okay. Okay. So one question that I always had in mind was, I'm sure the royal family knows exactly what each and every single one of those episodes. I wouldn't be surprised if they themselves are watched. Of course, they're not going to tell anybody, and they don't have to explain it. Or maybe their staff has, watched and told them what it is or whatever, right? I mean, when you're the king of England or king of any country or queen of any country, you don't have to explain yourself, at least as far as these things are concerned. Yeah, you're held accountable, but you don't have to explain yourself or even kind of disclose whether you watch their 6 hours of brain drain movie, crazy movie, psycho movie, right? That's what I call it. So, why haven't they taken any action? Why haven't they put a stop to this nonsense? Why haven't they, said, hey, the two of you shut your mouth and sit down, right? It's like, hush yourself and sit down. Why haven't they said that? Why haven't they done something legally? Maybe because Charles is really the coronation, the formalities not yet, whatever. I don't know. I don't know the legalities. Or maybe they're just hoping that these two will just, hush themselves and just go. Like, it's like, go away. I don't know why. I mean, you'd think that the royal family or the British Parliament or whatever would be like, I'm sure there's a lot of talk about strip them of their titles or whatever the heck and all that stuff. But why aren't they just telling them to shut up? See, you got to think about all, I think their reason for there's more to this, y'all. Their reason for creating all this brouhaha to me almost seems like they've gone on the offensive, because if anything were to happen to her or to him, then they can say, aha, the RF did it. They're the ones who are responsible. Like a lot of people, blame a certain institution or organization for Diana's death. I mean, there's conspiracies, there's proof, there's evidence, there's this, that. That's a whole another different thing. We won't get into it. But it's almost like they're setting up all this thing so that if anything were to happen, then the blame will shift to the RF and people say, aha, they did it. So it's almost like they're trying to get some false sense of security, like, it's, I don't know if I'm making any sense. It's does it make any sense what I'm saying? I don't know if it's making any sense. Does it make any sense? It's almost like they are trying to accumulate build a shield around themselves, like a security thingy, so that if anything happens, then the blame is going to be on a certain group, certain organization, certain institution. Susie says Charles can't take their titles without Parliament say so, unfortunately. Plus, that would cause no way back for Harry to them. See, that's very true too, because if yeah, you're right, like pre-plotting. Yeah, you're right, because they also see whatever transpires, whatever happens, Harry is blood. They're all Henry. I keep forgetting. I always call him Henry, but today for some reason I'm calling him Harry. He's blood. So they are not going to so quickly like just cut him off and say, okay, bugger off dude type of thing, right? They're still going to want to leave a lifeline for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're working towards, trying to set up things in such a way so that these two can part ways, and then Harry still has a door open and he can go back home and kind of blend into the family. Of course, for a few years he's going to be in deep doo-doo because it's like he's lost face, right? But I'm sure the people are going to forgive and forget and move on. I do believe, I really do believe that is going to happen, and that is what should happen. I think Harry really doesn't want to divorce and be like his dad. He fights the I told you so, and the kids are involved, in the fear of a broken family dynamic scares him because he knows her. Of course, I see what you're saying, Arachali, and that's possible. But I also feel like it's more like an ego thing, so that, he doesn't want to feel like he's dumped her and walked away, just like, you're right, Charles did Diana. But I think that's more because of the psychological and emotional blackmail that she has put him through. Really, I'm not saying he's a heartless fellow. I mean, Henry, I don't know. Well, clearly people will disagree with me. He's got to be heartless to do what he did to his family. But I think he's a lot more stronger, and in the sense that, yeah, it's going to be hurtful, it's going to be painful, but yeah, fine, I divorce, I can get over it, like, that sort of a thing. So let's see what how in God's world, of all the people in the universe, he went and fell in this ditch. I don't know. DITCH. That's what I said. Ditch. D as in Danny, I, T as in Tom, CH. I didn't say the other B word, just so you know. Because I'm sure people say, oh my God, that's what she said. No, that's why I have to spell it out. All the people are called a worse. Capricorn. She gets a lot of this Capricorn dark energy, right? The Devil card, the Death card, the Capricorn card, the Moon card, and Uranus. See, change and new beginnings with Billy Brittle says, I agree. Yes, Susie, you're very, 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 very true. She is complete gaslighting, absolutely complete. I think she knew from the very beginning. Look, I'll tell you this, I don't think she really loves him as she says she does. I don't think she really finds him as attractive as she thinks and she says she does, right? It was a great opportunity. He was very pliable, malleable, very much moldable, and she was like, oh, she's very smart. You got to give her credit for that. She's really very smart. She's brilliant, very well planned, very well meticulous in carrying out her plans, very well executed plans. I mean, all this thing, oh, I never researched the royal family, I didn't know anything. Oh, come on, seriously? I mean, girlfriend, like, seriously, like, get a grip, right? And knowing that he has some mental health issues and knowing all this drama that went on with regards to, Diana, the way she passed, etc., she has utilized that and played these major psychological games, and she's really done it very well. You have to give her credit for that. She's really done it very well. So we have Capricorn. Yes, Billy, I know she's a Leo. We have Capricorn, we have the moon card and Uranus. So Capricorn, right, is ruled by Saturn. The moon, yes, it's a Pisces card. And then we have Uranus, and Uranus is change and new beginnings. So harsh reality check in terms of one's emotions and big changes to come about over there. There is going to be a really harsh reality check, if you will, for Henry, and there is definitely going to be change. It's like he has to do the work to get out of this Saturnian clutch hold. It's like he's in a cage. He has to do the work. He has to be proactive and take action and not just rely on others and expect things to fall in place. He has to. I'll tell you what though, I don't think Lady Di would have supported this. She would have seen through Harkle's facade, and she would have bopped Henry on his head and said, put your little wee away and think with your head, your actual head. This is not the chick for you. The Hermit. Judgment. Pluto, change, growth. And the Lover's card, Mercury, change, communication. Look, we have the Hermit, which is Virgo, and he is a Virgo, okay? Then we have Judgment, which is Pluto, change and rebirth. And then we have the Lover's card, which is Mercury. There's a lot of introspection, emotional introspection, unable to find his voice. It's like he has to be proactive. He has to be proactive. He has to have the strength to release so that he can rebuild. And I am telling you one more time, it's all about communication. Whoever it is, this other woman is that he is communicating with, is the one who's going to bring about change in his life. That's true. If Diana was still here, she wouldn't have had such a strong, and which is true. But let me see. Very interesting, isn't it? I mean, what a horrendous situation, Seriously, it's like the Knight of Cups. The Queen of Coins. And the Ten of Cups. Look, there are addictions. They're going to use substances that are constantly being given to keep him in that state of emotional flux, to make it difficult for him to walk away. I would not be surprised. I feel for this fellow, this Henry fellow, man. I seriously feel for him. And then you have the Hermit card again. Everything is being done to keep him under control. Everything is done to keep him under check. But see, the Hermit card is a Virgo card, and he is a Virgo. And Virgo talks about looking in this card. The Hermit card talks about looking inwards and trying to find a way to heal, trying to find the wisdom, trying to find the whys and the wherefores, so you can heal and you can get going. It's almost like he has to take control. He has to. If he relies on her and if he still continues to have this brain fog that says, I shouldn't call it brain fog, I should call it dick fog, that says, oh, she's my wife, she'll never do me any harm. I'm like, dude, something's wrong with you. Get a grip, right? Get a grip of your dick and put it away and think. He's not going to be able to do that if he doesn't. He has to be. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little too graphic and a little too crass, I would say. I do apologize. But he has to take proactive measures. He has to. And whoever this other female is, that who he is in communication with, is the one who's going to bail him out. But he has to take the first step out. He has to. If he's just sitting there and hoping everything is going to play out and everything will fall into place, no. Okay, so this is this. But, she is who she is. And karma comes back, y'all. I'm telling you, karma comes back. I don't for a moment think that she's going to have a happy, comfortable life. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to do, because everybody was like, oh my God, somebody sent me an email saying that she's wanting to, her ultimate goal is to be able to get into politics in the United States, or stand for elections or government. Y'all, let me tell you, let me just say this. I'm all for a woman being the leader of a nation, and I'm all for that, whether it's the royal family or the government. What is the name of that? Hang on. What is this lady's name? Give me 1 second, y'all. Not Shimon Peres. Golda Meir. Do you all remember Golda Meir? Am I saying her name? And then Indira Gandhi, then Sirimavo Bandaranaike, and all these are women who were premiers of their respective countries right now. Whether they did a good job of governance or not, it depends on which party you belong to, whether you support them or not. And same here in our country, right? And you look at the Prime Minister of New Zealand and all that stuff. A lot of people have good things to say, a lot of people don't necessarily, but these are all very strong women who have reached positions such as those that they have, to lead in countries, right? Golda Meir, was it Golda Meir? Which country? I remember reading that book, and she was the first woman to become head of government in Israel. Do you all remember that? There was also a movie that came out. What an unbelievably incredible story. Just so awesome. So much respect for people like that. Whoever. Hey, Dreamscape. I think I saw that. I think you saying Eva Peron. She was not a premier, was she, of the country? Or maybe she was. I don't know. Any number of these people, right? If she thinks that she is going to be able to stand for election, she can't do it within the United Kingdom, and she shot her chances to bits. They won't allow it. But if she thinks she can do that within the United States and stand for election and actually win, y'all, I'm so over it. I'm going to segue into politics a bit. I was so excited because we have a female vice president in the United States, right? Maybe the country wasn't ready for a female president. Now, let's not go into, Hillary, her personal whatever, whether she was a good person, bad person, horrible, this, that, whatever. Let's not go into all of that, right? Let's not get into all of that. Even with Kamala Harris, let's not get into her, and I am going to eventually. I was excited. I said, finally, United States of America, a power to be reckoned with in terms of, world politics and world geopolitical, whatever you call. Finally, America, is seeing a female in the White House, either as a president or as a vice president. I was so excited when Kamala Harris, and, I was like, if nothing else, we can finally say, but oh my God, such an embarrassment, such a disappointment. Like, she can't even give a speech. She can't even, that smug look on her face. I am so disappointed. Like, whenever like we have the TV on and the news comes on, and if I see her face, I get so mad. Like, Mark knows, and I'll be like, turn that thing off, or else, like, turn it off. And he knows. I mean, I'm not talking about political, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. I'm not getting into all of that. That crazy person doesn't even know how to give a speech. Like, have you heard her speeches? The way she talks to people, like they're all like kindergarten kids and stuff like that, and she's giving these speeches to adults. It's like, do you not know how to even talk? Do you not know even, like, useless piece of waste of space in our in the White House. I'm not going to get into the other guy who's sitting there. Let's go Brandon guy. I'm not. I'm just not going to get into the politics. I was happy. I said, oh, okay, fine. So maybe there's going to be some change, some action. But oh my God, what a disaster. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But it's like, if this psycho thinks that she's going to be able to run and she's going to be able to win, and if based on what the gossip is and people are saying that's what she ultimately wants to do, please people of America, don't let it happen. Please don't. That'll be the biggest mistake America will ever do, to vote for this no, I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. It's manipulative, psycho, narcissistic person. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Kirtana, like so many people in today's politics are narcissistic. They are psycho. They're crazy. They're manipulative. Yeah, but this is played out at a whole different level, right? It's like you're literally washing your dirty laundry in public. Like, and I also, again, I'm segueing into politics. I also think that's another reason why Trump has failed so miserably. Like, forget about whether the elections were rigged or not. Let's not get into all of that. If he had learned to speak, he had a great platform, and I think he shot himself in the foot because of his ego. Let's just put it that way. He didn't utilize his platform for the right reasons. He let his ego and his, oh, I'm a performer and I'm a this, I'm a that, and I'm a showman. No, dude, when you become a prime minister or a president of a country and you're at the world stage and you're talking to leaders of other countries, you can't be calling them names and making fun of them and all that stuff. It's just like, what in the world? Like, he just showed himself for who he was. Although he did have a great opportunity and he should have utilized it appropriately. Yeah, freedom of speech, and yeah, he cleaned the swamp and all that I get. But at some point in time, you should know how to say things to have the most impact. I mean, if you come out all guns blazing, then it's like, whatever. Anyway, never mind. I'm sure a lot of people will be like, well, so you're a Republican. Oh, so you're a Democrat. Well, I'm neither. I'm just an independent. Let's put it that way. Yeah. She's a UN ambassador of some sort, so not a far stretch to go into. Y'all, I'm telling you, that woman, oh my God. I'm telling you. Okay, so there's one thing I want to ask about whether that's her goal, that's her agenda, all the drama about. I don't see any one of her so called friends stepping up to the plate and actually releasing a statement in the news. Have you noticed, is it just me, or has anybody else noticed that none of her so-called buddies, her so-called friends, have stepped up to the plate to release any statement in the newspaper and say, we support megalomaniac and we support hazmat and we stand by them? Nobody has said that. Nobody has said that, right? Even her own mom hasn't made a statement. I mean, to say that, oh, I completely support her. Like, her mom is brought on for that 60-second blurb of advertisement on TV type of situation. It's very, none of the celebrities who she claims she knows, like, nobody is supporting her. Where is Oprah? Where is what's her name? Oprah's girlfriend. What's that woman's name? I forget. What is that Oprah's buddy's name who also has a talk show? I forget her name. I don't know what her name is. Oh, I don't know. Live Your Life says in Netflix they take up for Meghan all of the time. I didn't know. I seriously didn't know. If they are doing it, then they're a bunch of crazy people themselves, because I don't watch Nutflux, so I didn't know. Thank you for sharing that though. Gail, yeah. She's nowhere to be seen either. So let me see what, and for Nutflux, it's just a business move, right? But then again, you see their stock price is going down. Yeah, Gail King. Hey, Noble C. Yeah, that's terrible. Let me see about her political aspirations. Oh, wow. Good luck. She's liberties and renegades, endings and rebirth, revelations. So even if she does, it's going to be a very short, quick journey. This card, very surprisingly, spiritual wisdom, black magic has come up quite a bit for her. Fruitless labor. See, even if she forays into politics, it's going to be a quick foray. It's going to be really quick, and she's going to be ousted. She doesn't have the longevity, that staying power. There's a lot of whoa. There's a lot of issues in terms of her morality. A lot of questions about that. Very ambitious. She's going to try her very best. Discernment. Ooh, okay. Cowardly actions. Yeah. Scandal. No, y'all. Even if she does, it's going to be so short-lived and so scandalous that it's not going to. Who's that? Rosalie Hopkins. Hi, Rosalie. How are you? Tina Lai says Gail King. Yeah, that's correct, Tina. For the second, I forgot her name. Whatever. And somebody had said over here that on Netflix, Live Your Life says that they all take up for her. I seriously didn't know that. Because, like I said, I don't watch that. Let me see what the... I wouldn't be surprised if Catherine is pregnant again, because the way those cards, the Empress card, the Sun card, and the Queen of Swords popped up. Spiritual wisdom, transformation, divine warrior, physical and moral imperfection, fall of empires, prosperity, self-atonement. It's any which way you slice it and dice it, she is kind of... I'm really surprised that she has gotten away with this nonsense for so long. I'm really surprised. That's all I can say. The royal institution Live Your Life says the royal institution ran their life. That is why they wanted out. They told her should could not be close to most people, even her niece, because of her mother. Oh, I didn't watch it, and I'm not going to watch it. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Well, I understand. Okay, Live Your Life. Fine, because of her mother, and her mother some tryst with the law or whatever, right? I get it. But when you marry into an institution like that, there are certain things that you can and cannot do. It is not self first. It is you put everybody else above yourself. It is a given. It is understood. It is a known fact. You're part of an institution, right? It's no more about you. It's no more about me. It's more about us. It's more about the institution. There is a system. There are rules you follow. Of course, needless to say, ding dong, ding along, Andrew, I mean, forget him. He's another piece of whatever. But that's why he's been ousted, and he should also be stripped of his title and everything, monetary thing and support and everything. I truly believe. But you marry into an organ. It's okay. Let me phrase it this way. To me, this is how it seems. Okay. You join a company, right? Right. Let's say you join a company, and they have your job profile, and they say this is your responsibility. This is your job. Are you on board? You agree. You nod. You sign a contract. You agree to the terms and conditions, right? And the salary and the paycheck and everything, and you get into it. And then all of a sudden, after a few months, a few days, you will, well, no, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stick to my side of the contract. No, I just don't feel like it. I'm just going to go off and do whatever I want. Then the company is going to be like, off with your head, bugger off. You signed a contract. You are not going to keep your side of the commitment. Then go away. Oh, okay, I'll go away, but I still want you to pay my salary. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You ain't getting jack shit. Like, how does that make sense? All right, fine, I'll go away, but you still have to pay for everything. Again, what is she smoking? Right? So, that's the way I look at things. You are now part of the institution. You have to do your job. There's certain things you have to do. Your public engagement, speak, this, that, whatever, supporting charities, doing whatever, right? You got to get paid. You don't want to do your job. You want to go off and gaff off and goof off and do your own shit, but you want the paycheck, you want the title, you want the glamour. It's like, I want it too. I wish somebody would give me all of that. I'll just sit on my bum all day watching TV, eating bonbons, and I get paid all this fancy money and wear all the jewelry and everything. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? It's like, I don't get it. I said it before. At some point in time, the institution is going to wake up. I mean, not that they're not woke. The institution is going to say, okay, time to hush her up. And how they do it, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I mean, live your life. I'm not like coming at you. I hope you know that. I'm just kind of exchanging. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think she thought she could change things, but that's a illusion. How is this chick from nowhere going to go and change an institution and an organization, such as the royal family? It's like, again, what are you smoking, right? Okay, let me put this down for a second, and I'm going to use this Baroque deck because I want to read something else. Oh my gosh, she cracks me up. It's like, you have a teenage kid in your house, and he or she is smoking joints at home and bringing all kinds of nefarious friends home and raiding the refrigerator and doing whatever, and takes your credit card and wants to go shopping, and then spends all your money and takes your nice car and runs amok in town with his or her friends, and then doesn't want to clean the dishes, doesn't want to make the room, doesn't do a damn thing, doesn't do the chores, doesn't even take out the garbage, right, on garbage day. At some point in time, you're going to say, pack your bags and bugger off. I would, right? You're not going to put up with that BS. And why should you? Disrespect you and treat you poorly, and then, like, doesn't make sense. Lisa, you missed about an hour and 30 minutes. But you can watch it. Well, I'm glad you made it. Lisa KRP, I'm glad you made it. So I'm going to use this deck. Oh, I wanted to share something with never mind. That should be a private conversation. I'll text her in a bit. So this is another beautiful deck. This deck was gifted to me. I think I have, I don't know whether I've shown this deck or not. Probably not. This is a beautiful deck. It's called the Baroque deck. Beautiful. Thank you so very much for the gift. I so appreciate it. You know who you are. I do appreciate it. I love it so much. This is like, remember I said that there are some decks which I get twos of, and this one I wanted two, and this beautiful person got another one for me. Because only very few decks make it to the twinsies status, like this one, like my spice deck, this one. There are a couple I have. So if my battery runs down on my camera, y'all just be prepared. I will change it. I have another one ready to go. Oh, thank you. Live your life. I do appreciate. I mean, that's, you're right. Every one of us are entitled to our opinions, and nothing wrong with that. This is a beautiful, y'all. This deck is so stinking beautiful. It's like, look at it. Look at that. I mean, I don't know whether it comes off on camera. You see that? It's that Baroque, like that, like it's that gold, and it's not black. It's like that marbled brown thing. I don't know if the camera picks up. And look at the sides, all gold, and look at this. Of course, it's a death card. Let me show you this. The world card. Look how beautiful it is. Right? Beautiful card. I'm just going to do a quick card for a couple of cards for yeah, it is beautiful. Thank you, Gypsy Girl. It is so beautiful, so beautiful. Hey, Pandora Specs, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to ask really quick, just pick a couple cards for William and Catherine. I was just thinking the other day when I saw this thing about the William and Catherine and their kids. Needless to say, I believe I think the young lady, Princess Charlotte, I think she's a spitting image of Queenie. I mean, I don't know why I feel like she just looks like her, right? And then I was thinking, I was looking at Prince George's face, and I was like, no, I see a little bit of his dad, I see a little bit of his mom, and then there was this picture that flashed by of Earl Spencer, and I was like, there it is, he looks just like his granduncle. Oh my God, like Diana's brother. I think George has a lot of Diana's brother, the looks. Hi, Crystal Pink, good to see you. Hi, Janet, good to see you. These cards popped out. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords. Am I surprised? We have the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, 9 of Cups. They are most definitely staying within their limits, keeping within their boundaries, keeping within their limits. As much as they may feel extremely burdened, without a doubt, they are very much so keeping within their limits, keeping within their boundaries, understanding very well that with the 2 of Swords, they have choices. They are heavily weighed down by the choices that they have. They want to be able to make the right decision, but they will not be making that decision or taking that option of the choices that they have. They are not going to act on the choices that they have, because they know it's going to lead to more a sense of betrayal. It's going to lead to more feeling of I mean, needless to say, they are betrayed, but they're going to if they take that decision, if they take that action, it's going to look like there's even more betrayal and even more hurt. So with the Four of Swords, they have decided that, Four of Swords, as we know, it's taking a rest, a respite, stepping back, just kind of keeping calm and cool and staying away. Yeah, it could mean death and this and that, but that's not how this card is popping up here. It's like retreating, absolutely retreating and waiting, because you have the Nine of Cups, right? Nine of Cups does talk about wish fulfillment. They are definitely wanting things to come to fruition, for whatever their wishes are to materialize. But they also know that it will all happen in its own time, because this Four of Swords is very, very telling, very telling. Being calm and quiet and retreating back, okay, as much as they may want to come out and speak and express their emotions, because Cups card is also emotions, wanting to express their emotions, they are not going to do that, like coming out with a statement and things like that. They are not going to do it. We have Two of Wands. Interesting, they have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands as well. Hang on. And then we have the Four of Cups. Interesting, we have the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups as well. How interesting is that? Then we have the Empress. Yeah, I think she is pregnant. I wouldn't be surprised. And then we have the Seven of Wands. One more card. I wouldn't be surprised if Catherine is actually pregnant. And then the High Priestess. I would not be surprised if she is pregnant. So the Two of Wands is like getting on, as much as they want to voice their opinions and speak their mind and settle the, make a statement, and everybody settles down and simmers down. They have decided that they are just going to continue down their path of whatever has been set for them in terms of their commitments, their agendas, that sort of a thing, okay? And Four of Cups, right, I do believe is their hands have been forced to retreat and not come out and make a statement, not come out and as much as they may be wanting to do that, they know that their hand has been forced and they have been told, don't make a statement, don't say anything, just wait. They're not too happy about it, but they don't realize that there is a reason why they have been instructed not to make any statements. Okay, they are not the brash, irresponsible people. They are not seeing the reason why. They know it, but it's like fighting, like, why can't I just go and settle the score with my brother type of thing. At some point in time, they're going to realize the sense in that. I do believe also the fact that it could have a lot to do with Catherine too. Maybe she's pregnant and he does not want to put her through any more emotional stress. Or maybe even if she's not pregnant, maybe he just doesn't want to put her through any more drama. And then you have the Seven of Wands, right? And the Seven of Wands does talk about protect yourself, right? Yes, traditionally talks about protecting yourself against competition, defending yourself. But he's also being very, very protective about Catherine, very much so. And then you have the High Priestess, is ruled by the moon. It talks about things are being hidden, don't rush, take it easy, be responsible, have a level head on your shoulders. He is doing everything he possibly can, as much as he wants to just go. It's like, I'm just going to go and tell him or whatever. He's not going to do it. He's being very level headed and very controlled, and as he should be, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. But a lot of it also has to do with Catherine too. He does not want to put her through any more drama. He doesn't want to put her through any more stress. I do believe Catherine is a little bit fragile at the moment. She is. But I think based on the cards that she is pregnant or wanting to, but I do believe she's a little bit emotionally fragile, probably because she's pregnant, or if not, then maybe because she's just like, everybody has their, breaking point, and they need like to take a step back from the show, you know and take a step away from the curtains and go into the dressing room and just chill and not have to perform tomorrow again, because every single day they are on the world stage, right? I mean, the world over, more than any royal family anywhere in the world. I mean, the British royal family is on everybody's list, right? If you know what I mean, in terms of wanting to know what they're doing and this and that, the curiosity level is there. Queen Charlotte, oh, that's I mean, needless to say, Catherine is, of course, really stunning. I worry for Catherine, though, because I do be Afro-human says a hair, and hair and a spare deck. Good to see you, Pandora. I do believe Catherine is a little bit fragile in terms of. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's a very balanced, sensible, smart, accomplished young lady, but there are moments where emotionally she feels, and it can be easy, even though they have, all the help they have and all that stuff, still being a mother and 3 kids, and she's very involved with the children too, right? I mean, at times it's like, oh my God, give me a break type of thing from the media and engagements and all that. I do believe that she is a little bit fragile. And she needs to take care of her health in terms of, whatever she may be going through. She really, really, really is like, I think she needs to put on a little bit of weight. I mean, she's beautiful, don't get me wrong. I'm not bad-mouthing her, but she looks so frail. She's so thin. I mean, she's gorgeous and she wears those dresses so beautifully and all that, but I think she needs to put on a little bit of weight. I feel like, that's, again, no disrespect. Don't twist my words and say something that I didn't. She can put on a little bit of weight and still look stunning, at least about 10 pounds. I mean, she's always going to be gorgeous, right? She's like a waif. I mean, she carries herself very beautifully. All that is there. 10 of Pentacles. I wouldn't be surprised if they have another child. They have a beautiful life. Their relationship is awesome. Ace of Cups, very, very fulfilling. Page of Cups, I wouldn't be surprised if they have another child. Ace of Cups. They're very well suited for each other. It's that they're very emotionally balanced, right? Being supportive of each other. Very awesome. I love it. Another child, y'all. A male. The Chariot, a Cancer card. The Knight of Wands. Ooh. A Knight of Cups. One more Knight. Give me one more Knight. King of Wands. I will not be surprised if they have another child. And the Chariot card, right? It does talk about success. Very, very protective of her emotions, right? It's very interesting to see how William has emotionally matured and evolved, starting from the Knight of Wands to being the Knight of Cups to being the King of Wands. Like, he is before our eyes. We can see him evolving and maturing and maturing and maturing. Like, he has this great balance of somebody who has the ability to take action and be bold, and also be emotionally available and emotionally level-headed and emotionally balanced. See, and then you have the King of Wands. Look, I would not be surprised if they do have another child. Very, very obvious. I also would not be surprised if William actually ends up sitting on the throne sooner than what a lot of people expected. He will be the change, y'all. I'll tell you that. William will be the change. I would not be surprised if William actually ends up sitting on the throne much sooner than what a lot of people thought. Much, much sooner. The Magician. Absolutely, y'all. Justice. Knight of Pentacles pops up now. Look, he is definitely, I would not be surprised if he ends up getting crowned sooner, much sooner than what everybody has expected or thought, or timelines that people had. You know, I would not be surprised. Okay. Yeah, she's a little, she's tall. Yeah, she's what, 5'8", 5'9", I think. I don't know. Is she even 5'8" or 5'9"? I don't know how tall she is, but she's tall, and she's willowy is an apt term, but I feel like she should put on a little bit of weight. I don't, you're right, Susie Q. I don't think Charles is going to, he's much happier, you know, just, you know, he'll be much happier doing his non-profit thing and his environmental thing and all this, what's the stuff he does, organic stuff and all that. He and Camilla are happier just being grandparents, and yeah, I think William is going to sit on the throne a lot sooner. Alright, so that's that. So let's see, does anybody have any questions? I'm not answering any personal questions, but if you have any questions regards to Kate, you say, sorry, I'm behind, but the Nutflux system. And you know what I call Spotify? After this whole brouhaha with this archetype thingy, I call it Spitify. I think, okay, so anybody have any questions with regards to this particular case? Oh, one thing I wanted to ask was, you know, Doria, whatever her name is, the woman's name is, whether she really she had to go away for a time because of her tryst with she had to. Lucinda says she has a hard time with the pregnancy. She gets really sick. Yeah, isn't that very unfortunate? Star Miller says, what is Charles's health? Give me one moment. I wanted to ask about Doria. Oh my God. That woman is... I don't know, y'all. I mean, I can't say it, but for legalities, but we all know that there's a certain period of her life where she was missing from general public life, right? I want to say 12 years. I want to say 12 years are the missing years. So I do believe that whatever that situation was, it's true. Because for a second I was doubting it, but yeah, it is true. But it's more like 12 years being absent from society. Yeah. Because of her own foolish actions. Yeah. Okay, so let's put that away. And somebody asked about, yeah, whatever her name is, Doria. Thank you, Gypsy Girl. Yeah, if any of y'all are interested in a personal reading for 2023, get in touch with me. I do personal readings. You can visit my website. I'll just type in my website. That's my website, and then you can follow the instructions there for a personal or private reading. Okay, I wonder how Harry and Meghan's children feel to their parents. They're too young. Those kids are so young, they don't know. Let's see about... Somebody asked about Charles's health. Charles's health. Show me what I need to know about Charles's health. The moon, yeah, it's not necessarily the moon card. Yeah, not necessarily the best of health. 8 of Cups. Yeah, his health is not the best. The Hangman. This has something to do with the blood, if you will, okay? And there is a uncertainty at this point in time as to what course of action to take. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure he has the best of healthcare and all that stuff. It has something to do with this blood. It's a question of needing to walk away from a particular course that he's been on in terms of, I don't know, maybe medication, treatment, whatever, but they put it on hold at the moment. But I do believe this is blood related, okay? Well, then somebody's going to say, well, everything is blood related. Yeah, well, what am I doing? He's six of Swords, right? He's going to have to make some changes and Knight of Swords. He's going to have to make some really quick changes in terms of his lifestyle, his whatever he is. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I do believe that if he takes action and heeds the advice and takes the necessary, so let's put it this way, whatever this treatment, this course, or this lifestyle he's living, holistic or not, he's going to be forced to abandon that and go and look for another avenue, another way to better his health, okay? And it's almost going to be like a new treatment or a new way of looking at this particular illness or how to treat it or whatever. It's going to be a little bit expensive, but not that it matters to him, but he's going to be pretty successful. I do see that it's going to, he's very involved in it. Like he wants to know everything. He wants to know why if somebody says take a pill for migraine, he wants to know why, what's in that pill. Like very inquisitive, wanting to know. 10 of Swords and Page of Swords. He is going to feel very, very, very tired. It is I do believe his energy levels will fluctuate, and I do also believe that his cognitive skills are sometimes a little bit of concern. Yeah, that's a bit concerning to me. And he is a Scorpio too, November 14th, right? The Star card, Aquarius. He has to find balance. Look, I'll tell you what, I don't think he's really that, I don't think he's going to be sitting on the crown for such a long time. For him, it's all about wanting to live a balanced, comfortable life, do his own thing, not to be stressed, not to be pressured, do his own whatever. And I don't think he's going to be very happy as he gets more into his tenure as a King of England. He's going to realize the effect it takes, and at some point he's going to be like, I'm done with it. Whatever. Okay, moving on. Give it to William, and then I'm going to go do my own thing. It's going to start weighing on him. So, you're welcome, Star. Yeah. Since Lilibet was born in the US, yeah, it does affect. Absolutely. Because she's not, I think Susie, you'd be able to answer that question, right, Susie Q? Lilibet was born in the USA. Does that affect, and so she's no way, she can be a British citizen. I don't think the United States has dual citizenship option thing with England, do they? The High Priestess again. Something's cooking in the oven, y'all. I'll tell you that. 3 of Swords has come up so many times. Betrayal, betrayal, betrayal. Oh my goodness. Queen of Cups. You know what I'm going to say? Elena online says, I'm not sure if you can do this, Kirtana, but could you ask how Diana feels about Megan? Absolutely. Lisa KRP says, yes, they do have dual citizenship. So then maybe it's going to work out just fine, because she can still claim whatever if there is dual citizenship with England, right? Even though she was born in the US. I don't know the legalities or the immigration laws. Okay, how does Diana feel? Money, money, money. 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Betrayal card. Oh, that's how Diana feels about her. She needs a lot of work. Ace of Pentacles, it's all about money and betrayal. My God, absolute, total, complete betrayal. Ten of Wands, feeling very burdened by this whole thing. About ding dong, ding along, not taking the right action. The Sun, very, very disappointed about, feeling very burdened by the actions of a particular son. Oh my God. Six of Swords, that he has left, needs to move on. Seven of Swords, betrayal for a new opportunity with the High Priestess. She's talking for sure. Seven of Wands, she feels he needs protection. Queen of Swords, needs protection from this whole dishonesty. Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, ooh. Nine of Wands, yeah, I do believe that Diana would be very, very disappointed. I think it's almost like telling him, right? Go and take care of this business, tie up all the loose ends and come back. And don't be afraid. Your time will come, but you have to take action. Go. Oh my God, I'm not getting into this anymore. That's good for me. Rosalie Hopkins, why are King Charles' hands always swollen? I don't know, I'm not his doctor. Couldn't tell you. Did Meghan carry and give birth to the children? I don't think so. I have answered that question before. No, y'all, absolutely not. I don't believe so. See, she has a Two of Cups, right? It's like two of them offering their bodily fluids to be joined. Eight of Wands is like taking speedy action. Definitely a cesarean. Very stressed about whether it's all going to work out and whether things are going to work out. I also believe with this card that they had somebody say, no, I don't agree. And then somebody say, no, I don't think I want to do this. No, I don't think I want to be a surrogate. So they had some stresses over there. Queen of Swords. Wow, she's popping up quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Queen E. Six of Wands, yeah. Five of Wands. Look. Go and resolve this situation and come back home. Enough with all the fighting. Okay, I'm done. Lisa KRB says, wouldn't they give her a fertility test since the institution relies on future health? I know about whether they give a fertility test, but I don't think it matters because he really isn't the next in line anyway. Did she lie about her fertility? I don't know. Let me call her and ask her. Right? I'm just being sarcastic here, but I don't know. See, just because she was 38, 39 or whatever the age she was when she married him doesn't mean that she's infertile. There are a lot of women who are in their 40s who are still fertile, right? Or 50s even. The question is how viable are those pregnancies and how safe is it? So, Janet, very true question. Very true question. Six of Wands. I think Henry is going to come back home. Right now, he is like in a state of uncertainty. There's a lot of delusions, inability to move forward. That card's come up for him a lot. He's definitely going to be, and she's very happy and she's very successful in. Look at this, y'all. Six of Wands, the Hangman, right? Followed by this. She has been very successful in keeping him in a state of mental flux, okay? And that's how she's able to keep him at home. But I also believe he is going to be successful as long as he breaks free of this. He's going to be able to go back home. I don't think this marriage is going to last forever. Nine of Cups. Wishes coming true. The Emperor, he's definitely going to go back home and be the Page of Pentacles. He's definitely going to go back. Definitely. The Hierophant, here we have the Hierophant. He's definitely going to go back home because the Emperor insists. Okay? And he's going to go back to the institution. Absolutely, he will. He will. The Queen of Swords, this card pops up so much. Give me 1 second. She's popping up so much in this deck. I'm very curious to know why she's popping up so much though. See, that's the thing. I think he's just struggling with swallowing his pride and his ego and fessing up to his mistakes and saying, I effed up, I'm sorry, I want back in. He's struggling with that. Five of Swords. Abusive, relationships, like that bullying, that constant bullying. He's afraid. He's afraid to fess up. Because he feels that even if he comes back, he's going to be bullied. But he's going to have to get away. This card is also pops up quite a bit. Six of Swords is moving away, is walking away from a particular situation. I do believe he's going to. And he's going to get back to work. This also has popped up quite a bit, y'all. And the World card. A completion. A cycle. Hard work is going to be rewarded. He is going to go back home, or what he knows as to be home. He has to wake up and say, look, y'all, I'm sorry, make a statement. I made a mistake. My judgment was clouded. But it's very difficult for him to fess up to that because it's such a big mistake and such a big lax in his judgment, right? So, What does she want to know? Somebody wants to know if King Charles has diabetes. I don't know. I gotta call him and ask him to show me his fasting blood sugar and whatever blood sugar. Mars. Yes, I will say yes. He struggles with maintaining balance as far as his temperance is maintaining balance. He's constantly having to struggle with it. It's up and down. Struggles with maintaining balance as far as his blood whatever is concerned. So I will assume that yes, based on the cards, that I'd be surprised if he says he doesn't have diabetes. See, having diabetes could be many things. It could be because of hereditary, could be lifestyles, could be genetics, could be anything, right? So, okay, I'm going to stop this and we will stop it now. So, no, the children are not going to go with him. They're going to be like between, she's going to keep the children for security reasons. It's going to be a bit of a push and pull as far as that is, oh my God, as far as that is concerned. I think. She's going to keep her for as long as it works for her. 8 of Wands. That's another card, the Fool card. New journey. 4 of Cups. Interesting. So anyway, I'm going to stop this now because I'm kind of getting a little tired. I've had some hectic times today, traveling the past couple of weeks, and just want to be able to go and sleep in my own bed type of situation. So I'm going to stop this right now, y'all. Thank you so very much, everybody. I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so very much, everybody. I should have done that other video as a live, but hey, it's neither here nor there. And you can see my yeah, wait, you see this? Yeah, I've been having some flare-ups too, sitting under fluorescent lights. Oh my God, just makes it crazy. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Take care. I don't know, one of these days I'm going to have to really sit and think about, you know, doing this lupus video. I've been talking about it for so long and never got on to do it, like actually show my blood results and all that stuff, the lab works and all that, just to educate people, right? Of course, you know, personal, you know, address and all that is going to be blocked out, just to show people and say, hey, this is what I went through, like, you know, you never know, go look at it. Sort of a thing, you know, just for educative information purposes. So I'm going to seriously have to think about that. But on a side note, right, I had to go off on a tangent. So thank you so very much, everybody. I do appreciate you all. Have a great rest of the weekend. Take care, and thank you for joining me. And I'm going to call it a 10-4, and blessed be you all. Let's log off, okay? All right, thank you, everybody. Lucinda, Gypsy Girl, Sherilyn, Noble C, Araceli, Susie Q, Ali, Sherilyn Schaffner, Pandora Sparks, Crystal Pink, Auntie, Afrohuman, then Rosalie Hopkins, Star Miller, Lisa KRP. There were some new people here too. Elena Online, Crystal Pink, and I don't know, I'm missing names as usual. Janet Ackland. I'm sure I'm missing names. KTU, Live Your Life, Pandora's Box. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Okay, I'm going to log out because I'm really tired. I'm really like done. All right, take care, everybody.